meditation can be quite like learning to play the piano, right? It's something you have to practice every single day to get it right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something you can just do once and be a master. What does that imply, though, for our daily lives?
Well, it's about treating meditation as a discipline. Think of it as training the
Yeah,
will. Just like the pianist who must practice to avoid a weak performance, meditation demands daily attention, no shortcuts.
right? So if you miss a day, it feels like you're missing a beat, and that can interrupt the flow.
Absolutely. The idea is that meditation is the education of the will, where your imagination tends to overpower any conflict with will. It's about focusing on a certain desired state until it completely fills your mind.
So it's essentially a controlled use of imagination, right? Instead of letting your thoughts scatter, you hold on to one idea like it's your guiding star.
Exactly, exactly. It's like you intentionally plan in your mind, fixating on the idea until everything else, like distractions, just fades away. The power
Right,
comes
yeah.
from that unwavering focus.
But isn't that kind of rigid? I mean, sometimes a little wandering of the mind can spark creativity. What do you think?
I see your point. Yet, in this context, it's more of a structured approach. It's like when a conductor insists on precision because even one missed note changes the whole symphony.
True.
Meditation, as Neville Goddard explains, is about actively controlling that internal narrative.
So in meditation, the act is really one of self-transformation?
Yes, exactly. Through meditation, you start to, embody the vision you hold in your mind. It's active artistry, a sort of inner play where you're not on the stage just to watch, but to become the lead actor in your inner drama.
Right on. I like that analogy. A theatrical performance within the soul. And what about the distractions? Neville talks about those moments when the beauty or the pain of life can pull your attention away.
Oh, yes. He mentions that the beautiful face of a loved one or lingering old fears can easily lure your attention away. The secret is to recognize when you're drifting and immediately anchor back to that chosen vision.
So it's sort of like saying that if our mind strays, we gently but firmly bring it back to our practice.
Exactly, yes. The idea is to repeat this act of returning so many times that eventually your attention becomes immobilized on that singular idea. It's like
Right,
training a
got it.
muscle through repetition.
Interesting. You could almost say meditation is the gym for the mind.
Yeah, it's like lifting weights for your inner self, each session building a center of power that fuels all your creative operations. And over time, your inner light shines brighter, sort of like a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night.
Now that's vivid imagery. But I wonder, does this mean that everyone can become that master of their imagination? Or is it something reserved for a select few?
Great question. According to the talk, there's no special gift required.
Right.
It's all about persistence and practice. Anyone willing to commit to the daily discipline can cultivate this inner mastery.
I like that democratic approach. It's not like it's exclusive. But when he says meditation is like an illusion of sleep, what does that exactly mean?
Oh, that's a fascinating part. It's comparing the state of meditation to that drowsy moment before sleep, the state where you're just on the edge of wakefulness.
Yeah?
In that state, your subconscious, like a tidal flow, starts to rise, making you more open to internal suggestions.
Right? It's like the tide analogy he uses. When you're relaxed, the subconscious becomes more receptive, almost like the brain is more malleable.
Exactly. And he ties this into the notion of controlled imagination. It's not just passively drifting, but actively choosing to let that calm state elevate your inner
Absolutely.
vision.
That makes sense. And then there's this idea of becoming your meditation. Not just visualizing or pondering, but actually embodying that perfect state of being.
Yes, yes. Neville emphasizes that the only real test of a religious or spiritual attitude is whether you truly become what you envision. It's not just talk, it's living in that realization.
True indeed. So, in practical terms, if I'm meditating on becoming more loving, I need to feel and be love in that moment. Not just imagine it from afar.
Exactly like that. You must immerse yourself in the feeling of that ideal state until it becomes a part
Right
of
on.
you. This is where meditation bridges the gap between mental and spiritual knowledge.
And speaking of the spiritual, Neville draws parallels between meditation and traditional prayer, right?
Yes, he does. He quotes the idea that when you pray, you enter your intimate inner space, your closet, so that the act becomes deeply personal and
Uh-huh.
transformative. It's about forging that private connection with your inner spirit.
There's also this notion of being indifferent to failure once you've set your mind on the outcome. That almost has a comforting inevitability to it.
Absolutely. It's like once you have that final vision clearly laid out in your mind, any minor hiccups in the actual process don't shake your belief that your end will manifest just as you've conceived it.
Right, exactly. I can see how that might be empowering. But don't you think sometimes this might lead to dismissing legitimate feedback from the outside world in favor of an inner fantasy?
That's a valid, respectful critique. There is a balance to be maintained.
Right.
While you immerse yourself in the inner vision, you still have to live in the external reality. But the point is to realign and solidify that inner image consistently.
So it's like having an inner thermostat for your soul rather than letting the world dictate your mood?
Yes, great analogy. It's about gaining control. It's like setting your inner dial to your highest ideal, regardless of what happens externally.
Exactly. And all of this comes down to meditation as a practice. How does one practically start meditating if they struggle with, say, concentration?
Well, Neville suggests starting by relaxing as if you're about to take a nap. Imagine being so sleepy that your thoughts slow down. Then focus on things of good report. Basically, hold your attention on a positive idea until it's fully there.
That sounds both simple and profound. Just being able to get any drop of concentration in a noisy mind can, over time, lead to a center of inner power.
Exactly. It's a journey, a training for higher adventures of the soul. Each day, if you consistently practice, you slowly transform how you perceive and react to life.
Wow, that's really inspiring. It reminds me that even the smallest everyday moments can be steps toward a more enlightened self.
Absolutely. Just as a pianist refines his art daily, so too can we, through persistent, joyful meditation, uncover our inner light and transform our reality.
Right indeed.